It is game day as the Carolina Hurricanes head to Dallas to take on the Dallas Stars. Carolina coming in off of a nice overtime win over the Chicago Blackhawks last night. They do come into the game 27-16-3. Dallas coming in 29-16-1. Wow, that is a pretty tight matchup as far as the records do go. The three players to watch for the Dallas Stars is going to be Matt Duchene, who has having himself a very nice season with 45 points through 46 games. Then we're going to take a look at Jason Robertson, 46 games played, 42 points, having himself a nice season, 27 assists to go along with that. And then the very, very dynamic defenseman of Miro Heiskanen with 21 points through 46 games. Not always going to light you up on the scoreboard, but some of the plays he makes rushing up the ice, especially against the team that struggles a little bit in the neutral zone as of lately. He's definitely one that we need to keep an eye out for. But I'm going to pass it over to you. What does Carolina need to do to be successful tonight
Well, I
against
think the biggest
Dallas?
thing, and I think you mentioned it last night in our post game, but Dallas is a team that doesn't give up, or you maybe have mentioned it off air, but Dallas is a team that doesn't give up a lot of grade A opportunities. So they're really tight defensively.
Okay.
So it's going to be really, really important that we get to the middle of the ice and we find ways to get there. And because if Dallas will keep you on the perimeter, they won't give you anything on the middle. So you got to figure out ways to get to the middle of the ice. And I think if we can do that, then we're going to be in pretty good shape. And we just got to figure out a way around to get traffic in front of Ottinger because he's such a big man, and we just got to get shots through. So
Yeah.
yeah,
We didn't realize that Ottinger's 6'6". That's wild.
biggest or who's tallest guy on the Dallas Stars. But I think in general, the Canes coming off a back to back, so we'll see what the legs look like. But I think the kids look like he's going to go for sure, and good start is going to could go one of two ways for us. We get a good start, he doesn't see a lot of rubber. Who knows what's going to happen. So we'll take it as we come. But I think getting to the middle of the ice against a really well-coached Pete DeBoer team is going to be important. And that's where we're going to score goals is from the middle.
Yeah. Has DeBoer won the Coach of the Year award yet?
Did he
win with San
I
Jose?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
But I the only reason I bring that up, I 100% agree with you. Pete DeBoer, if he's not there, as far as getting guys to play a system and getting them to play the right way of hockey, he's one of the best up there. I think one thing sometimes maybe he might struggle with, and I kind of think Rod does as well too, a little bit in this regard, and I see them as very similar coaches, is sometimes he struggles a little bit to make those kind of in-game quick, you gotta change your forecheck ever so slightly, or you gotta change your D zone ever so slightly. So I think that's kind of the only thing that's maybe a digression from Pete DeBoer. Same thing kind of with Rod. But to go back to the game overall, Dallas is going to play with speed. They're one of the fastest teams in the NHL. They're one of the bigger teams in the NHL. They're going to be physical. They're going to play with speed. And they're going to try and take it to Carolina early. They know Carolina just came in from Chicago. They're going to try and make the first 10 minutes of this game an absolute gong show, just running it down your throat. And they don't care if they score in those first 10 minutes. They're just trying to tire you out because they know you have less than 24 hours rest, technically speaking,
Yeah.
by 30 minutes. But they know you're coming off of a back-to-back game. And so, especially an overtime game as well, too. So it's going even later. But it's going to be crucial that Carolina contains the neutral zone. They contain the center of the ice, and they really just focus on shutting down Dallas' speed early, because the quickest way to shut down a lot of speed is meeting them at the offensive blue line and taking that speed, matching it. And if you can't match it, shut it down early. If you let them get to full speed and all of a sudden they have 5 feet ice to play with, you're SOL, because Dallas is one of those teams. They're very dynamic, and they will be one of the teams that's contending.
Yeah, no,
for
I
a
think the other
Stanley
thing
Cup,
too
so.
is Dallas is really they get a little bit of an injury bug at the moment. So we'll see how that affects the
Yes.
lineup, how that affects the continuity, because we've seen them once already, and I think we've seen them once already, haven't we? Yeah,
Yes, we did. We beat
in
them
Carolina, yeah. So
6-4
I
in
think
Carolina.
they're without, three of their really, I would say, call it their top guys. Rope Hintz is out. You know, or Tyler Sagan. Yeah,
Tyler
very
Seguin,
nice
who's having
year.
himself a very nice start to
Yeah,
the season with 20
yeah.
points
So when
to
Mason Marchment's out, who's a
19.
big, big, nasty winger that maybe a little bit less version of a Matthew Kachuk, but he's just a big nasty player that's always seems to be in the right place at the right time. And so
Mhm.
we'll see. But back to backs are tough, and the Canes just gotta play smart and get to the interior. If we do that, we're gonna come out on the good end of this one.
Yep. All right. I'm going to bring this back. Final score
Uh,
prediction. What are you
I'm
feeling?
gonna stay positive on the Cane side. I think it's be 4-2 with an empty net goal.
All right. I'm going to stay positive on the Kane side as well, too. I just don't think the offense is going to be as good. I think it might be a 2-0
Okay.
game with one of them being an empty netter. I think it's going to be, I think Kochetkov's going to have a good performance coming off of what Freddie just did tonight. He knows there's competition. He's going to show up. So that's the way I look at it. But as we always say, let's go Canes.